I want to be very, very clear. Yes, we took a $17 million budget cut. And as we know, any budget cut would negatively impact our ability to carry out our mission. I want to also clarify that I'm not a politician. I'm a public servant. It's my job as the fire chief for Los Angeles City Fire Department to make sure that our firefighters have exactly what they need to do their jobs. And that's why I'm talking to you today. The Palisades fire, everybody's seen it. It is absolutely one of the most horrific natural disasters in the history of Los Angeles. And even with an additional 100 engines, I tell you, we were not going to catch that fire. But with that being said, let me be clear. The $17 million budget cut and the elimination of our civilian positions like our mechanics did and has and will continue to severely impact our ability to repair our apparatus. So with that, we have over 100 fire apparatus out of service. And having these apparatus in the proper amount of mechanics would have helped. And so it did absolutely negatively impact. I want to also be clear that I have, over the last 3 years, been clear that the fire department needs help. We can no longer sustain where we are. We do not have enough firefighters.
A few moments later.
NBC4 News at 5 starts with breaking news.
That breaking news after growing criticism and a one-on-one interview with NBC4's Robert Kovacic. LA Fire Department Chief Kristen Crowley has now been summoned to meet with Mayor Karen Bass.
He joins us live from LA City Hall with breaking details you'll see only on 4. Robert.
Michael and Colleen, you are exactly right, and I am going to quote you here because that is what sources told us. It is a complex and perhaps head-scratching moment in the firefight going on right now throughout the city of Los Angeles. Sources told NBC4 that Fire Chief Kristen Crowley this afternoon had been summoned to Mayor Bass's office, and that is where we are right now. We are standing outside of the office where the meeting that took place at 4 o'clock is still underway.
Yes, these people are now eating themselves, blaming this, blaming that. They want to actually expose everything that we already know. This lady is now coming out to blame Karen Bass like she is the cause. From the informations we just got, the Pacific Palisades Reservoir was empty and offline when the firestorm exploded per earlier times. This is criminal. The reservoir holds 117 million gallons of water and would have given firefighters ample pressure to effectively fight the blaze. Overpaid Department of Water and Power officials have now been forced to admit the reservoir being offline likely contributed to dry fire hydrant and low water pressure. At a certain point, they wanted to hide all this. Gross incompetence can cost life, and we are experiencing it in real times. I have a couple of clips I'm going to show you so you can see exactly what is actually happening here. It is important. We look deep into it. This is my 4th video. I'm reporting on this.
Drew and I arrived shortly after it started, and for several hours we watched as hundreds of homes in a neighborhood burned to the ground. We did not see a single fire engine. We watched as Good Samaritans guided traffic. There was fear and there was a lot of confusion. You were out of the country at the time. Shortly after the fire started, a press release was put out warning of this fire behavior. My question to you is, what explains this lack of preparation and rapid response?
Let me just say, first and foremost, my number one focus, and I think the focus of all of us here with one voice, is that we have to protect lives, we have to save lives, and we have to save homes. Rest assured that, rest assured, let me finish. Rest assured, when that is done, when we are safe, when lives have been saved and homes have been saved, we will absolutely do an evaluation to look at what worked, what didn't work, and to correct or to hold accountable any body, department, individual, etc. But my focus right now is on the lives and on the homes.
Do you think your leadership was effective while responding to this disaster?
I just said what I believe is the most.
The lady that cut the funding, fire hydrants.
Karen Bass. Fuck her.
Fire her.
They have no water.
They actually have no water?
No, I actually asked him, this guy right here. I said, how do you have no water? He said, we have no water.
Oh my God.
We have nothing.
That's so, man.
Urgently call for the immediate recall of Mayor Karen Bass due to her gross mismanagement and failure to effectively respond to the devastating 2020 fires. In the wake of these catastrophic fires, our city has been left in crisis. Water supplies have been severely strained. Billions of taxpayer dollars have been misallocated or left unaccounted for, and countless lives have been lost. Families have been displaced, homes destroyed, livelihoods shattered, yet Mayor Bass has been absent from the front lines, choosing to travel abroad while her constituents suffer. Despite the tireless efforts of our first responders, the city has been woefully unprepared to ensure the safety and well-being of its residents. Basic resources such as water and emergency services have been inadequate, and leadership has been nowhere to be found when it was needed most. We demand the immediate resignation of Mayor Karen Bass due to her failure to lead during this unprecedented crisis. It goes on. I'm signing the petition right now during the commercial break, and let's put a link on our website for it, because I think everybody, it's not only for residents.
Yes, these people are insane. Some are coming out to blame right wing, like they spread conspiracies online, partaking to what is going on. Everybody struggling to play victim at a certain point. When you take a look at this, Gavin Newsom launches an independent investigation into the loss of water pressure at local fire hydrant and report of water shortages from the San Reservoir. Look at this now. Gavin Newsom is claiming that he's launching an investigation. Bernie Sanders, on the other hand, came out to say the debate is long over. This change is real and it's here. If we do not get our act together, what we are seeing now will only get worse. This is what he is blaming. So at a certain point, I don't know who I can actually listen to, because every person is just having different information to what is happening. Who can we actually trust at this point when you look at people like this coming out to play the victim? It is insane. Take a look at this clip.
Pacific Palisades, Los Angeles, Santa Monica, Malibu. Like a whole bunch of people have been out here complaining about Mayor Bass. What are you doing? First of all, Santa Monica and Malibu, last I checked, that's not LA, if I'm correct. I think they have their own cities. The second thing that you've seen is you've seen lots of lies going around. There are all these reports that first came out saying that, Mayor Karen Bass and the Los Angeles City Council cut the fire department budget by $17 million. Well, we know that is an absolute lie. It's a lie. It's a flat out lie.
Tonight, anger and a search for where to put it. Los Angelinos are fighting through the worst days of their lives, and they're trying to figure out who to point the finger at to explain this gut punch loss that they are wading through right now. President-elect Donald Trump is faulting the governor, Gavin Newsom.
There is no shortage of water in the Los Angeles area. The reservoirs are at or above historical levels. The water is there. Now, we have seen high-profile issues in one part of the city, Pacific Palisades, where some hydrants were dry or did not have a lot of water. But that was not because there was not enough water in the region. That was because of technical, logistical, infrastructure issues related to the hilly, mountainous terrain and the location where water tanks have been situated. So the idea that not enough water has been sent down from the north and instead has been, protecting a little fish there, and that's why we're seeing these fires be hard to contain, simply does not bear out.
You see these people, now different information is coming out after they have struggled to debunk what was on social media already. When you take a look at this, the Pacific Palisades reservoir was empty and offline when the firestorm exploded per LA time. This is criminal. The reservoir holds 117 gallons of water and have given firefighters empty pressure to effectively fight the blaze. So who is lying here? I want to know. They struggle, like they have reliable information. Now the LA Times is just exposing them.
Fires are a celebrity cover-up. Hear me out, okay? No. Where I live is on fire right now. Literally, the entire city of the Pacific Palisades is burning. And, you know, I flew here last night. I was on the plane, started getting texts.
So I am evacuating my home.
What we need to do against what we know is right, and these are the results.
Trump is now calling that Governor Newsom should step down.
This is you getting water to areas that need water because there are fires in 100-mile-an-hour winds burning houses to the ground. I watched on a Ring camera a guy have to sit and watch his pet burn to death. You know, those things are issues of the heart when you watch a cherished little pet, or you know, it's just you.
The situation is beyond control. I'll be updating you, giving you more information to what I'm observing on social media. I didn't want to report this, but people keep sending this to me. God bless you.
Health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
What do we do?
All right, right now you're looking history, remember it.
As a country about James.
Yeah, we were just talking about the wildfire situation and how crazy it is that they
still funny. And then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel. I don't know, but it's like, you know, it's sad.
Just go and grab this and this and this. And he grabbed like 3 things and took off, and then